हेलो दोस्तों, नमस्कार। आप सभी का स्वागत है आपके अपने यूट्यूब चैनल स्टडी विद डी.el.ed में। साथियों, आज की इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे नियोस डेलेड मामले से जुड़ी हुई महत्वपूर्ण अपडेट के बारे में। साथियों, जैसा कि आप सभी लोग जानते हैं, नियोस डेलेड मामले में सुप्रीम कोर्ट में मैराथन बहस के बाद फाइनल जजमेंट के लिए ऑर्डर रिजर्व हो चुका है। अब फाइनल जो बहस हुई थी उसके कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट आज इस वीडियो में हम आप सभी के साथ डिस्कस करने वाले हैं, जहां से फाइनल जजमेंट में नियोस डेलेड वाले अभ्यर्थियों की जीत के इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्ट जो हैं वो आप सभी के लिए निकलकर सामने आएंगे। तो कुल मिलाकर के इस वीडियो के माध्यम से आप सभी को जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में 7 तारीख को फाइनल बहस हुई थी उससे कुछ जो इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट हैं जिनसे नियोस डेलेड वाले अभ्यर्थियों की जीत जो है वो पक्की होती है, उन सभी को आप सभी के साथ साझा करने वाले हैं। तो आप सभी से निवेदन है कि वीडियो में अंत तक बने रहें और प्लीज़ वीडियो को लाइक करें, दोस्तों में शेयर करें और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करके बेल आइकन दबा लें लेटेस्ट अपडेट पाने के लिए। तो साथियों, आप सभी को बता दें, नियोस डेलेड मामले में सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जो ऑर्डर रिजर्व है, ऑर्डर रिजर्व जो है वो दिसंबर में ही डिलीवर होगा। इसके इंपॉर्टेंट और महत्वपूर्ण जानकारी सुप्रीम कोर्ट से निकलकर आ चुकी है। उससे पहले आप सभी लोगों की तरफ से रिटर्न सबमिशन की प्रक्रिया पूरी की जाएगी और उसके बाद उन रिटर्न सबमिशन का विस्तृत विश्लेषण सुप्रीम कोर्ट में किया जाएगा और उसके बाद जो है फाइनल डिसीजन रिटर्न फॉर्म में आते ही आप सभी के सामने आ जाएगा। कुल मिलाकर के वो बहस के इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट हैं जो आप सभी लोग सुन सकते हैं, जिनके आधार पर नियोस की जीत पक्की मानी जा रही है। तो सुनते हैं और आप सभी लोग वीडियो में अंत तक बने रहें और लाइक और शेयर करना ना भूलें वीडियो को, क्योंकि जानकारी बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है आप सभी साथियों के लिए।
53, my lords. My lords, this is in the petition in state of Uttarakhand versus Nandan Singh Bohara. My lords have it.
दूसरा petition है.
And then I shall immediately come down to the main issue that arises in the matter. And in my respectful submission,
You are for the petitioner in this.
my lords, I was for the original writ petitioner in this. We succeeded before the High Court.
Original writ.
Yes, my lords.
You are the ones who are working in private unaided.
There is that I want to clarify that issue, because I will take my lords through those various orders and the instructions of NCTE and the NIOS, including the state, that have been passed from time to time.
What is Lordship is asking is
Yes.
whether you are serving in private unaided.
Exactly, I'm answering just that part. We are different lots of people. We will be suffering. We will be serving in various things. But my lords, what I wish and what will be my submission for my lords' consideration is that every direction issued by NCTE as well as the
You are not answering.
my lords, we are working
Let
in
us
private. We are working
Let us see to section 20.
aided. We are working in
Let us see section 23.
yes, section 23. My lords, can I section 23 of the RTE as well as my lords, we will have to look at the NCTE Act, because NCTE Act, that's the authority which my lords have held, which will decide on that, at least that minimum qualification for the purpose of recruitment. Now, NCTE here has taken a view on what will be the qualification under this particular thing. There is also section 29 under the NCTE Act that gives it a power to relax if it's a policy of the government. In this particular case, because of the RTE Act having come into effect, NCTE took that policy decision to make it this 18 months as equivalent to a 2-year course. It's inclusive. So it's not something that it is not 2 years, but given that all these people had this huge experience and everything, and NIOS conducted the special exercise, they made it as an inclusive thing of that complete 18 months equivalent to the 2. But the question that I'm going to put before my lords, and I'm going to make the submission, is this. The issue of 18 years and 18 months and 2 years came up before Patna High Court and before the Tripura High Court. Both the High Court took a view that NCTE has passed explicit directions. The government has considered this, has made this module course to be able to meet with the RTE requirement of section 23. They upheld this particular qualification. NCTE accepted the order passed by the Patna High Court and the Tripura High Court, and so did the state of Uttarakhand when they passed the first order. Now, when they revoked this particular thing, they talk about a diploma given by NIOS. NIOS was an agency which carried on online diploma course. What they challenged at that time or they revoked was that online study. They were not on the period of 18 months or 2 years. That part had already attained a closure. And that is where I'm going to show that this entire argument number 1 is misleading, because that is why I wanted to start with page 253 and then show the order revoking it. May I show that first, my lords? And then I'll take my lords back to the facts with a couple of documents and the judgment.
Yes.
My lords, may please come to page 253 first. Yes. My lords, have State of Uttarakhand versus Nandan Singh, because that's the paper.
I think the document ought to have been referred from one.
My lords, I can take my lords, but it will make it easier for me to explain, because this is what is challenged before the High Court. That is why
Should have referred to the documents from one paper book only. It makes it difficult for us to jump from one paper book to another paper book.
My lords, I specifically asked yesterday which is the lead matter, and I was told this was the lead matter. That is why I marked this. I apologize then. I completely apologize, my lords. My lords, there is a very short. Do you have extra copies of this with reference to page number?
Yes, we have come to that 250.
My lords, this is the first order which is passed, which is 15 January 2021. And my lords will look at the subject. Regarding serving d.el.ed, my lords ask the question, training, untrained in-service teachers, degree obtained. Now my lords may mark the word, degree obtained from National Institute of Open Schooling for
This
appointment.
will be an English translation. This will not be an original.
My lords, this is original untrained. This was in
The original letter.
It is a translation.
It can't be
In
original.
our state, everything is in Hindi. Everything is in Hindi.
And that translation at times makes very difficult.
very well. But my lords, I don't think anyone has really objected to
Okay, yes, please read it.
Yes. So, my lords, please let us see this. My lords, may come to third line. This is guidelines have been sought for inclusion of such applicants who have got.
Where are you reading?
My lords,
You read the entire paragraph. Please refer to.
I will read that. Please refer to your letter number so and so, dated 11 January 2020. Now, this is written by the Secretary, Government of Uttarakhand, to the Director, Elementary Education. Please refer to your letter 11 January on the subject cited above, which guidelines have been sought for inclusion of such applicant who have 2-year d.el.ed training, that is year 2017-18, within bracket 18 months duration. So it's a 2-year course, but completed in 18 months as per then direction of the NCTE and NIOS. Then through distance education ODL from National Institute of Open Schooling within the state to the advertisement published for filling up vacant posts of assistant teachers primary in government primary schools. Therefore, in pursuance of National Council of Teacher Education letter dated 6 January 2021, I am directed to state that such candidates who have 2 years d.el.ed training, 18 months duration, and the year on which they qualify, 2017 to 18. So this is the only batch which was allowed by NCTE with the particular method of teaching. 117. Next year, please sign 117. 3rd August 2017. My lords, put that to me right in the beginning.
Yes.
So, my lords, may I just read this? This is issued by the Government of India, Ministry of Human Resources.
This will make everything clear.
Yes, my lords, I will. This is regarding training of untrained in-service elementary teachers in government, government-aided, unaided private schools. It is apprised that the amendment to Section 23(2) of the RTE Act to extend the period of such training to 31st March 2019 has been passed by the Parliament. So, my lords, all training had to be completed by 31st March 2019.
Insofar as in-service candidates are.
Service candidates are concerned, all. And if they do not acquire it, they go out.
That we have at least repeated not less than
I'm sorry.
half a dozen times.
I'm sorry.
You must have stated that 6 times. I must have stated that 6 times.
Yes, my lords, that's true. My lords, I also, we tend to get carried away by our only good points.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not a good point.
I thought so, my lords. I hope so. I'm able to persuade. Further, it is reiterated that this will be last chance to acquire requisite minimum professional qualification. Any teacher in the aforementioned schools who does not have minimum qualification mandated under the RTE Act 2009 would not be allowed to continue.
Again, the intention is
service.
clear.
That's where my lords may look at it one way. I look at it from a point that this was my cut-off deadline. If I did
This was not cut off here. This was a cut off deadline.
If I
either you are either on your this side of the gate or on that side of the gate.
So I'm
it doesn't bring you on par with the 2-year diploma holders.
My lords, with respect, I will be able to satisfy you.
And you argue on that point.
So I'm going to come. Can I just take you through the...
So this we are clear.
So, my lords, there is a little bit here, if I may just show to my lords, that the government itself structured the NIOS. It came out with this...
It did everything. It did everything under the sky which could be done so as to protect those who are in service and get them training. It is only with an intention that they should not be thrown out.
My lords, can I just put it...
This is a relaxation granted to you under the rules. It doesn't take place of the regulations which prescribes a minimum qualification.
My lords, can I say this? That once I...
Otherwise the regulations which prescribe the minimum qualification are required to be thrown in dustbin.
So, my lords, it is not my case. My lords...
The very intention of this HRD direction is very clear. By 31st of March 19,
I'm great.
you complete the qualification, a special procedure is made so that you are granted around 2 years period to complete that. If you don't do that, you are out of service. If you complete that, you are in service.
Absolutely.
So the very intention is to protect you where you are, not to provide you with a qualification which is prescribed under the regulations.
My lords, can I...
Yes, thank you.
My lords, please. I think I have something here to add. Just give me that few minutes. I wanted to read page 118 and couple of more provisions, and I think my response to my lord's query is this. It is my submission. It was the intention.
You read the entire clause. Every line you read, it will be clear that it is only in order to protect you where you are.
My lords, I will, on one aspect, I respectfully beg to make a submission different from the manner in which my lords are putting it. And my submission is this, that when I read this and I read it with the one which the NCTE has passed, what it prescribed was...
NCTE could not have gone beyond this.
My lords,
NCTE was only bound to comply with these directions.
yes, absolutely. So if my lords, my submission is this, just let me formulate that and show you those 2-3 provisions, and then my lords may take the view. The submission is this. The government undoubtedly fixed a deadline of 31st March 2019 for people in service to acquire qualification.
So as to continue in service where you are.
No, I would beg to differ there, because I would say if I did not acquire the qualification, I get thrown out. Now, therefore, the minute I acquire the qualification, I come at par.
Are you relying on any judgments for that?
My lords, this is very clear in itself. Can I please read it further? I will show the other two authorities, and Tripura and the others took a view on this.
We are not bound by Tripura and...
My lords, they relied. Yes.
I am here for the Ramsar and Maurya's case.
You are appealing for
NCTE.
NCTE, yes.
Ramsar and Maurya's case, this Honorable Court has validated the same notification. So I would take my lords to page some certain paragraphs of Ramsar and Maurya. Clear the picture for my lords also. But,
after she finishes it.
My lords, just a little bit. Let me just put this so that I am through, and then my learned friend can show that. Now, my lords, my submission, if I put it, is this. It is my case that when I acquire the qualification through the NCTE method of NIOS, under the MHRD direction, I get what is a d.el.ed qualification, which is recognized by the Ministry of Human Resource, recognized by NCTE. When I get that particular qualification, I am qualified as any other person. At that point in time, it could have been the government's intention. Where would they get 11 lakh teachers from? Teachers had experience, they had been teaching, but then by which time NCTE had formulated for primary teachers a particular course. It was necessary to bring the existing teachers in line with what was required. But once I qualified, I passed this particular exam, I carried out this particular course, I am no different from anyone else. It is not a matter.
Substantiate their arguments. Please substantiate their arguments.
My lords, there. Yes, please, can we come to page 118? Please come to serial number 4 there. And few other clauses in this. My lords, have page 118, serial number 4. It is mandatory for all in-service untrained teachers to take d.el.ed program. My lords, I am emphasizing on the word d.el.ed program. So I am getting my d.el.ed qualification is what I am emphasizing on. Through OM, on NIOS, unless they are already enrolled and undergoing training in a recognized teacher education institute prior to amendment. So it is mandatory for them to take the d.el.ed program. Now, if my lords may go further on this aspect, please see the method is prescribed for d.el.ed, page number 119. For creation of database, on the top of the page, serial number Roman 8, untrained elementary teachers for d.el.ed. There will be online portal of NIOS. So all these teachers are going in for a training which will be d.el.ed program. My lords may turn to next page 120. Teachers who do not fulfill the minimum eligibility criteria.
Rather that last clause on page 119.
Please, my lords, absolutely. The unqualified 23. Yes, in the same matter.
Why don't you provide us convenience compilations?
Yes, my lords, we should have. And this is a part of the Gazette. This is this Gazette, right? It starts here. My lords, page 237, appendix 9. This is the appendix to the NCTE.
237.
Page 237.
Appendix.
There is no.
Please, my lords.
From 236, there is directly 237A in my copy.
My lords, is there a page 237 which is a part of a Gazette of India?
My learned brothers, it is there.
My lords, can I pass on my Gazette copy itself? I have the full Gazette with me.
It's there. 237A is first and then 237.
Oh, I see. There's somebody else. These are norms for standard diploma in elementary education program through open distance learning system leading to diploma in elementary education. And the preamble. The elementary teacher education program through open and distance learning system is intended primarily for upgrading the professional competence of
Working in service teachers.
My lords,
Okay.
yes. But my lords, once I go through with it.
Okay, so you are arguing the same thing again and again. Rather than repeating the same argument, if you can substantiate your argument with some legal submissions, we can understand. This is taking us nowhere. Again and again, on the contrary, the emphasis that in service. So as to the emphasis of the directions of the MHRD, it's clear that rather than throwing these persons who are not in tune with the provisions of section 23 of the RT Act, provide them a window so that they can get qualified and can remain in their service.
My lords,
But if you are arguing that once you get benefit of that relaxation and get that diploma, then you are par with all others. Then no, unless you substantiate that argument, no point in doing again the same things.
My lords, but that I can only substantiate through the notification of the NCTE that I have read.
And that I think Ms. Karya would do it better.
Yeah, I have read it from there, and I have said that NCTE itself recognizes that.
So we'll decide. We'll ask the NCTE what their stand is.
My lords, will then.
Otherwise, it is taking us no further that you are repeating the same thing again and again, that once you are get through, you are equal, you are equal, you are equal.
Complete next. So, my lords, only I ended by saying that today the issue before my lords is, as I have shown, that their case is only whether the NIOS is the agency that could have given me the d.el.ed. The case in that document
and
is.
Then another condition is that if, suppose, the employer, even if there is a minimum prescription under the, found to be arbitrary, mala fide.
No issue there, but my lords, the advertisement only requires d.el.ed.
No, d.ed to so and so and a recognized institute.
My lords, recognized institute or by NCTE, NCTE recognizes NIOS. That is my case.
So we'll ask them whether they recognize NIOS only for a limited purpose or for all the purposes.
My lords, this NIOS was conducted for.
What is your stand, Madam Karya?
2019, not beyond that.
No, and only for those persons who are in service.
Those are in service.
And in order to protect their services.
You may come here.
What has happened is, as per Regulation 9, just to answer my lord's that question, where it supports from the NCT regulation. Regulation 9 of NCT Regulation 2014. I can pass on my copy. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry that copy is not there.
It is not on record.
It is not on the record. It is a NCT Act and Regulation, my lords. The NCT Regulation 9 of NCT 2014 will stipulate norms and standard for various education programs as specified Appendix 15. I'm so sorry, my lords. I did not have
2014 Reservation clause.
NCT Regulation 2014, my lords.
Recognition norms and procedure regulation.
Yes, my lord. Yes. Appendix
Which clause?
9 to that, the one which I'm showing the page, the same page.
Appendix 9.
Yes, my lords. The serial number 9, my lords. Same page, serial number 9, my lords. The page which I had opened for my lords, this